Now, for several days now, NATO has been trying to put up some kind of a united front. But the question, of course, is how united is the NATO's military alliance exactly? There are cracks that are beginning to be very visible in the alliance as tensions continue to escalate along the eastern border with Ukraine. In focus, particularly, are the NATO members Poland and Hungary. The Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban met with Russia's Vladimir Putin, a trip criticized very widely by his European allies. Now, Viktor Orban travelled to Moscow despite the widespread opposition, and this is the same leader who's in fact led the NATO member nation Hungary since 2010. Now, Orban maintains that he has very friendly relations with Vladimir Putin, and this, of course, was his 13th meeting with the Russian president. Now, at this point of time, it is not very clear as to how friendly are Viktor Orban's relations with Brussels. Although he did not mention Ukraine by name, Orban claims to be on a peace mission, a mission that includes Russian gas imports. Now, Viktor Orban has said that he wants to increase gas imports from Russia at a time when Europe is trying to accuse Moscow of orchestrating an energy crisis in Europe.
Considering that there was an energy crisis in all of Europe, the long-term agreement was very important. We thank you that we could sign the agreement. And during this meeting, I would like to reach our goal and increase the supply volume.
Now, Hungary is not the only country to have been impacted by Russia's gas supplies. Over the years, Europe's energy reliance on Russia has now become a crucial shield for Vladimir Putin. The Moscow provides almost about 40% of Europe's energy supplies. For Western Europe, Russia is its largest single supplier of cheap gas. Should Russia choose to cut off supplies, then this could, of course, lead to absolute chaos across the continent. Now, energy costs will also skyrocket, and millions will have to deal with power outages in the middle of winter. Now, Hungary had joined the NATO military alliance in the year 1999, the European Union in 2004, but it has taken a much softer line on Ukraine, a country that with which it shares a small land border. Viktor Orban has not echoed the general EU alarm over Russia's troop build-up. Instead, the country's defense minister has said that leaders should shy away from the Cold War rhetoric.
As for the security situation, it looks like the most dramatic moment of our meeting. So my visit is partly a peacekeeping mission. I want to assure you that not a single leader of the European Union countries wants a war or a conflict. We are ready for a reasonable agreement on behalf of the European Union. Now,
Orban's visit is expected to sit uncomfortably with Hungary's allies. The most notable one is Poland. Ironically, both Poland and Hungary leaders were together just a few days ago, and they were at a Defend Europe summit, a meeting of the far-right European parties. Now, Warsaw has presented a united front with Budapest against Brussels. The two have also taken on the European Union on issues such as the rule of law. They want to move away from the globalist trend of the EU bloc. But when it comes to Russia, the two do not seem to agree. Warsaw seems to resent Orban's ties with Putin, while Hungary's Viktor Orban was headed to meet with Putin. The Polish Prime Minister has on the other side of the border in Ukraine. Prime Minister Morawiecki travels to Ukraine to express his unwavering support. Poland has had a pretty long and a traumatic history of Russian aggression, and it looks like it has finally chosen a side in the conflict. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.